Hi guys, Caesar here again at your service. We are here to tackle an ongoing debate, also a concern if we really need to buy a separate device or not. In the past years and even today, there's still a debate ongoing regarding flagship phones from Apple, Samsung, and other brands versus gaming phones in the market today. So before we start, if ever you're new to this channel, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click the notification button so that you'll be updated to our next videos. Okay, let's start! I've used both brands in the past when I was a bit brand conscious, especially for phones that I use. Okay, I even had BlackBerry as my third brand when it was still on trend. So if ever there's a new model released in the market before, I sell my one-year-old phone or even less and buy the latest model. That's how I wanted to be on trend before, which I changed now. Okay, so 3 phones all the time with no purpose of having. One for mobile data, the other for call and text, and the other as a reserve. Yeah, I think it changed a bit because now I only buy those phones not the latest, but from 1 to 2 years released version. Just an FYI, I still use 3 phones per its usage or purpose. One for camera, so for photos and videos, because as you all know, I do vlogging now. The second one for daily use, so call and text, and the third one for gaming. By the way, this will be based on my experience and other inputs from friends that are tech savvy as well, which we always share tech stuff all the time in Messenger and when we meet even for coffee, which mostly are my IT friends. Apple and Samsung are the brands somewhat we always heard competing all the time. Not just yearly, sometimes even less than a year with their new phone releases, with their new software tech or even hardware updates. So, I think that's the one of the reason people like me just want to wait for the next updated version which can't cope with their new phone releases anymore. Also, one reason are the bugs and hardware defect encountered to their new phones before. One example, the exploding Samsung Note phones that were prone to overheating and even banned in flights, which I'm used to using before, the Note series. But never encountered the exploding incident, but the overheating? Yes, all the time when I'm playing. So I need to rest the phone for a few minutes or hours if needed. For Apple's iPhone phones that they just released, they need to release the S series versions, which they already fixed those bugs encountered to the initial release. So, somewhat concerned that you thought you already have the latest iPhone, but after a few months only, they released the S series as replacement, not to do a recall that the iPhone with issues that you bought an additional instead if you wanted the latest phone badly with the same features and all. Just not to encounter the bugs as the reason they released this version. So, because of these concerns, many, so not just a few buyers, tried or shifted to other brands now. Even the ones are saying prone to security such as China's known brand Huawei. Also other brands which what I know some are from China as well like Xiaomi or Mi, Vivo, Oppo, brands trying for a comeback such as Nokia, even BlackBerry, based on the news that I've heard, will launch their own this year 2023, but all rumors for now. Also Sony, Honor, even Google, and other brands which they even launched their own flagship phones. Some as expensive or even more expensive, but some are surprisingly cheaper minus the other features of course and the quality. They're trying to compete by focusing in some tech such as music quality, so they upgrade their speakers and the UI or software they used and even do collaborations with other music brands and artists. Others focus on camera that also did some tech collab with camera brands as well such as Leica for Huawei and Xiaomi, and then Zeiss for Vivo. Then Samsung and Apple are trying to do so now as well. Even with storage, the bigger the storage, the number of photos, games to install, and videos to save or store. And lastly, gaming, with better quality or refresh rate for RPG, MOBA, and other games that needs not just better but superb quality that is redesigned for gaming. Also in other tech areas such as water resistance, drop proof, even dust proof, anti-scratch, and other tech-proof stuff that even small players now are having those as well. Okay, let's start the discussion. Let's tackle the pros and cons of both the flagship smartphone versus the gaming phones. Let's start with the flagship phones first, such as Apple, Samsung, and others. First, their camera. They have better or bigger pixels, camera techs use, which as mentioned, they even have their own tech collabs such as Leica, Zeiss, or created their own tech to beat other flagship players and probably even the camera industry? That's a question mark by the way. They can't still beat the quality of new SLRs now. Next is software or OS or UI upgrades, which are frequent to fix any bugs encountered or reported after some time. Third, availability of the phones in stores or malls, which they're everywhere. Lastly, that I have in mind are the latest software technology added as a new features as a good to have if you know how to use it, added to their price tag or as a reason why they're also expensive. Now, for the cons that other gaming phones dominate. First, that many of us having a concern is hotness. Not the one you're thinking now, guys, okay? Or the so-called overheating concern. When longer period of playing time, some flagship phones really heats up or overheat. Some saying just buy third-party cooling fans used by other gaming phone brands. Yeah, that will do, but the concern after will be the battery health. This is the big concern raised by a colleague of mine in my team, especially with his latest iPhone. The huge drop of the battery health after just a few months of use for gaming. Flagship phones even did some upgrade with the resolution to cope with the gaming phones for the refresh rate, but it's not really designed for long hours of gaming. So overheating happens frequently, which I experienced many times before with those flagship phones. One concern as well, if frequent overheating, the phone will encounter swollen back or battery, which a concern of possibly exploding. So if encounter the swelling, turn your device off and take it to a service center if still in warranty or other tech repair store, if you don't want your phone to explode or further damage it, especially if you don't have any reserve or secondary phone to use. Phones with swollen battery is a fire hazard as well if you forgot to overcharge it. Another that I wanted to share, my partner bought the latest Samsung Note Ultra before as well. The camera is really great because of the 50x zoom. But if you use it for video, even for just a few minutes of recording, the phone heats up. The sign my partner needs to stop recording just to be safe. Okay, let's discuss now the gaming phones in the market today. We have from the known gaming brand Asus, their ROG phones, I think the most expensive ones. Then the Black Shark phones, which manufactured by Xiaomi, the one I'm currently using. Also Red Magic from Nubia itself. And lastly, the Razer phones as well. Sorry if I forgot to mention other gaming phone brands, you can just comment it below. Let's proceed with the cons first for the gaming phones. First, additional tech extensions such as cooling fan, controls, even docking stations that you can connect to any monitors or televisions that you need to buy separately that are sometimes costly as well and also hard to find. Second, scarcity or hard to find, which only few releases happen and sometimes you need to do reservations if needed. Next, as mentioned above, as a pro to flagship phones, software update to bugs sometimes will take a year or more for it to be fixed. Third, the cameras are not that advanced because the focus of the tech is not in this area. If added, it will become more expensive. So, if the cameras are a concern, other features as well. Sometimes even the water resistance was forgotten in some gaming phones. Fourth, a bit heavy and thick, so probably not a pocket phone at all. Lastly, of course, because of scarcity, probably if need parts replacement, it will take longer time to be replaced if need be. Now for the pros. First, the advantage of having the tech extension, which is a pro as well, such as the fan, which some are now embedded in the phone, or other tech such as the controls, which overheating issues will not be encountered at all, which I'm currently using now or showing in the videos of my Black Shark 4 phone with its cooling fan extensions. Next, the additional controls or extensions, if it's still needed, as designed to gaming phones for specific games, is really useful and helpful. For other phones, you can also make use of this control extensions, which is compatible to any phones as well, especially the phone I'm using now, shown in the video, even with the fan as well. Third, longer gaming hours, which the battery is designed for it. The reason of bulkiness of the phone versus other phones having bigger battery and other anti-heat tech used as the reason why it is heavy and not a pocket phone as mentioned as above. Lastly, the build or quality really designed for gaming purpose. It's been years now that I've been using this phone. I never encountered all the concern that I did before with other phones during gaming, such as game shutdown or crashing, and as mentioned, overheating. All mobile phone games and some PC games extensions can be played, or the one we called as emulators as well. These are the sample of mobile games I played using my Black Shark 4, which you'll notice no lag and the quality of the game is really great. I even recorded the additional features of the phone having different settings for the games. The sample games I played are Call of Duty Mobile, Mir 4, Need for Speed, Diablo Immortal, and of course Mobile Legends, which is really known to us here in Asia alone, if I'm not mistaken. So I have 3 settings of refresh rate using my Black Shark 4 gaming phone. As shown, the standard 60Hz, the ultra high 90Hz, and lastly the ultimate 144Hz. Other gaming phones such as the Asus ROG 6 Pro go as fast as 165Hz. Now the question as well, is it really necessary to have that kind of refresh rate? The answer is, it depends on the game. In the videos I'm showing you now, there are games where they're okay using the standard 60Hz, such as the Need for Speed, Call of Duty Mobile, and Mobile Legends. The rest, if you wanted no lag in playing, use the ultimate 144Hz, but also you'll have concern in depleting, or it will consume more of your battery in just a few hours. But not like the other phones that in just a few minutes, it's already low in battery or dead. I'm not a pro gamer, by the way. I just like playing many types of games, from racing, RPG, mobile, or online games, and others as well. I'm not forcing anyone to buy separate phones for gaming as the only reason, okay? But still, you guys will be the one to decide on what mobile phones you wanted to buy. So why buy separate gaming phone if you just wanted to play mobile games that is below or under 60Hz refresh rate, right? Such as Mobile Legends, which is compatible to almost all smartphones, right? So if someone will say that I can afford the flagship phones, I assure you I can. But my priorities now is different than before. Having my own family now, my priorities in life change as well. So if there's an extra money and my phone having some concerns, already having issues, that's the time that I might think about it of buying one or looking for new phones, but not the latest. Could be those released from last year or two, if they're available in the market, and the reason, it would be much cheaper. And now, handheld gaming computers from Steam and the newest Asus ROG Ally are such a trend that probably even PlayStations, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch are having concern to be replaced in the gaming world. That's what I've heard, okay? So, I don't know. Well, let's wait for a year or more to come. If even them will upgrade their gaming consoles as well just to be more competitive, and people will not turn their heads to this new trend, the so-called handheld gaming computers of Steam and Asus, which you can also play the games from those popular consoles, right? By the way, I just want to share my experience before I bought my Black Shark 4 phone. I was thinking of buying the latest ROG phone before, but as mentioned, scarcity or availability of the phone was the concern. All stores, even in Asus known stores, were out of stock during that time. I need to do a reservation and provide a down payment, but no assurance when will it be available. But as mentioned, no regrets in buying this one. I bought it with a discount because I got this one when the newer version already out of the market or available in the market during that time. In addition, I also added the unboxing videos of both my Black Shark 4 with a freebie and my partner's Samsung Note Ultra phone, so that you'll also have an idea what are the items that comes with it as comparison. Okay, that's it. Hope you've learned something even for just a bit regarding the different types of mobile phones. And you know the pros and cons of both the flagship and also the gaming phones. So if ever you've got any gadget that you want us to review next time or any topic, please don't hesitate to comment down below. Share us your thoughts and we'll gladly reply as well if you have questions. So again, if ever you're new to this channel, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click the notification button so that you'll be updated to our next videos. Thanks again for watching guys, goodbye, and please be safe as always.